Vayichan sham Yisrael neged ha'har kulanu ke'echad.
Welcome to Vayichan sham Yisrael ke'isha achat. Vayichan, they found grace in one another. Hem matz'u chen. And that's the secret of this special Chag HaShavuot. I spoke this week to young soldiers about Lag BaOmer. I explained this minhag of having chalakeh to little children, and I said to them, this year in Meron there were no chalakeh children, but we all had chalakeh. Israeli society went through chalakeh, because chalakeh is that ceremony when you say to this little child, you become a chelek of this holy nation. See that you will fulfill your chelek, v'ten chelkenu. You young soldiers, I told them, you were mechalek, distributing food to the people of Bnei Brak, locked in their houses. They davened for you, they made Tehillim mechulak, distributed Tehillim, Mishnayot mechulakot. We found grace in one another. We made this Vayichan. Why is that so important? Do you know that the Torah is the one and only codex of laws in the world that requires from you to have chen in order to follow its laws? It has to please you. Ko amar Hashem, matzah chen bamidbar. No codex of laws is referred to as a wedding. Matan Torah is a wedding. Beyom chatunato ze matan Torah. I mean, I know I need laws in order to survive because it's important for me. But do I fall in love with instructions that are given to me in order to survive? Am I in love with this law? Does it have any grace in my eyes? Ichsa. Do I follow those instructions? Of course. I want to survive. Torah is not about survival. Torah is about love. The one and only codex of laws that tells you if you won't fall in love, if you will think it's only survival, it won't survive. I studied law. I never fell in love with those heavy, horrible, boring books of the English common law. But I did fall in love because of those dusty books in the dusty library of the law faculty in the Hebrew University of Har HaTzofim. There, behind the books, I met him, my husband. How do we fall in love with the laws? And why isn't survival urgent enough? You need this. You must be tzanua. Keep Shabbat. It's for your survival. Why is this book of laws in such danger? Because survival won't survive. And I want to go with you to the last chapter of Megillat Ruth, of two women that had nothing to eat. They lost all their possessions and they had to be redeemed. They had to survive. Those times, a woman needed desperately a man in order to be redeemed. The man is called Goel. He will save me. Let's look at this heartbreaking last chapter of Megillat Ruth, and I tell you the root Gimel Aleph Lamed Gaal 15 times in that short chapter, where they try to find a husband to this starving woman Ruth and her mother-in-law Naomi. Would someone redeem her? Where is the Goel? I read it and I cry. ובועז עלה השער, והנה הגואל עובר. ויאמר סורה נא, ויאמר לגואל. חלקת השדה, they start talking about this piece of land. ואני אמרתי, אגלה אוזניך. I want to tell you, אם תגאל, גאל, ואם לא יגאל, הגידן לי. ויאמר, אנוכי אגאל. Would you like to redeem this woman? She needs survival. How humiliating in front of all the people of Bethlehem at the gates of Bethlehem. And then they start making business. ביום כנותך את השדה מיד נעמי אשת המת, ויאמר הגואל לא אוכל לגאול, פן אשחית את נחלתי, גאה לך אתה את גאולתי, כי לא אוכל לגאול. I don't want to save this woman. I cannot redeem her. Do it you. Imale. So many women I know, they miss between survival and love. I have to get married. You want to get married. I have to see this child happy. I want to see him feeling loved. Wow. We keep missing survival with love. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I am so exhausted of women, of Torah learners that are doing it without love, are doing it as survival. It won't survive. Whereas Naomi insists of talking of the marriage of Ruth with the term Goel. Karov lanu, Goalenu hu, he will redeem us, we are hungry. Ruth insists, using the term ishi, personally. Karov lanu haish, ra'i me asali haish, shem haish asher asiti imo hayom, Boaz. Not Baali, my husband. The prophet says, Bayom hahu, that day, Lo tikre'i li od Baali. You won't call me my owner. You will call me Ishi, my beloved one. You cannot possess a woman. You cannot possess Torah. You can only fall in love with them. Otherwise, it won't survive. It's written, whoever says, I possess only Torah, אין לי אלא Torah, גם Torah אין לו. He doesn't have even this, because you cannot possess Torah. You possess lands. You are the husband Baal of lands, Baal Adama. You cannot possess a woman or a Torah. She doesn't need survival. She needs love. Look at this strange paragraph where Ruth is saying words of sheer love, and Chazal tell us it's in the middle of a very serious classroom where Naomi teaches in Zoom the halachot, the laws of being a convert. אמרה לה, אסור תחום שבת. You mustn't walk too far on Shabbat. אמרה לה, באשר תלכי אלך. Wherever you walk, I walk. אמרה לה, אסור ייחוד. You mustn't be alone with a man. אמרה לה, באשר תליני אלין. Wherever you sleep, I will lean. אמרה לה, you have to do, if you want to be a part of this nation, 613 mitzvot. אמרה לה, אלוהיך אלוהי. אמרה לה, you can die in 4 horrible ways. 4 מיתות בית דין. And she tells her, באשר תמותי אמות, ושם אקבר. Hey, she's talking laws. She's talking love. What's love got to do with it? מה הקשר? And the Kadosh Baruch Hu describes that on Shavuot, he walks with his Torah and says to the nations, do you want it? It will challenge you in the hardest thing, because that's how love looks like. You love spending money. He hates it. You love sleeping early. He stays awake all night. You love friends and be surrounded with people. He is a man. HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes to each nation with that very thing that challenges love. Ishmaelim, מה כתוב בה? You mustn't murder. I can't. He comes to Am Yisrael. He challenges them with the hardest thing for an Israeli. Would you buy it without checking what's inside? That's not Israeli. Without opening the package, they would not buy it. But they are in love. Na'aseh v'nishma. But it's hard laws. But I'm in love. But he doesn't have money. אני אוהבת אותו. But he's younger than you. אני אוהבת אותו. This is what Shavuot is all about. Ruth is starving. She needs desperately someone to feed her. So she comes in the middle of the night. She sleeps at the legs of Boaz. And Boaz says to her, what do you want? And he thinks she wants a handful of food. Stop it, she says. I do not want hands. I want wings. תפרוס כנפיך על אמתך. Would you put your wings on me? Would you carry me not as a poor person that needs survival? Oh, she wants desperately to get married, this poor girl. Can you carry me on your wings? In Hebrew, try to translate it in Hebrew. ואשא אתכם על כנפי נשרים. האם תישא אותי? Would you marry me? I don't need a goel, someone that will save me. I want someone to love me. And these are the words Hashem says on Matan Torah. ואשא אתכם על כנפי נשרים. And suddenly Boaz learns a new language he never knew before. And he says to her, תהי משכורתך שלמה מעם השם. Hashem will reward you. אשר באת לחסות תחת כנפיו. You did not come as a beggar. Save me. Give me your hand. You came as a lover. You came to dwell under the wings of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The generation, the Y generation, wants love. I see them in our yeshiva, Avnei Kodesh, boys that were kicked out of all other yeshivot. They have brains. They are brilliant. They know Torah. They learned in the best yeshivot. They hate every second of it. ותן בליבנו להבין, understand, להשכיל, become wiser, לשמוע, to listen, ללמוד, to learn, ללמד, to teach, את כל דברי תלמוד תורתך, all of your Torah. Isn't that enough? Not at all. באהבה. Are you in love? Or do you survive? I know so many surviving women. Waking up in the morning, surviving, work, multitasking, children, cooking. Stop and ask yourself, are you in love? Do you have wings? Love was born at the end of Megillat Ruth. All of Megillat Ruth is survival, food, survival. Bait lechem, lechem bait. A house to possess and food to eat, beit lechem. And suddenly, after horrible contractions, it's being born. What is being born? The last psukim of Megillat Ruth. Ruth is having contractions. She gives birth to a beautiful baby. The old woman put it on the lap of Naomi, and they said to her, Ki kalatech, your daughter-in-law, asher ahevatech yeladatu. Your daughter-in-law gave birth to it. To what? To the root that is written for the first time in Megillat Ruth. Ahava. Aleph, Hey, Bet. The root Ahava is being born. Ki kalatech asher ahevatech. When all the world was busy with survival, your daughter-in-law thought of only one root, and that's why she is called Ruth. Ahava. Aleph, Hey, Bet is born at the end of Megillat Esther. Woman, we are responsible for giving to those around us the love of Torah, because otherwise it would not survive. It's not sheer wisdom. It's not in order to survive. We hate every second. We can't breathe because of this disgusting thing. We want to breathe love. How can we do it? We have to be viral. We have to be Corona. I never understand until this horrible disease came, how come the world exists because of Hevel Peh? Ha'olam itkayem, the world exists because Hevel Peh drops. It's very small drops of children when they learn Torah with such love. You have to be viral. That's why you have to learn Torah. Why? You don't have to do it according to Torah. It's not your natural place. Nachon. So why does Hashem give Torah to women first? For only one thing. Every night of Shavuos, unfortunately not this year, all the men here in Shara Chesed are watching those women, hundreds of women, coming to this shiur that I have made such a zchut to have every Shavuos night. And all those men and young boys in the streets looking at those women and are saying, it's not their role. Learning at night, she just dwells in the Torah. She doesn't possess it. He gera Do you know why Gerim converts are so hard for us? Because they are Gerui. It's teasing us. It's tempting us. Gerui. Look at them. It's not their natural place. And look how they are crazy on Torah. Why? It's not their duty, so why do they do it? Because they are in love. It's not easy for them. Bichlal lo. Women have to be the trigger for love. Look, we learn Torah. I get hundreds of emails like this every month. Respectful Rabbanit Yemima, he writes to me. Where is it written, this strange thing you said? And I answer, look for it yourself. Betoda Yemima. It teases, זה מעצבן, but it tempts. When they see women learning Torah that way, only because they love it. It's gerui. It's like Ruth that comes and she's more tzaddiket than all of those women in the field. It's tempting. It's gerui. It's gera. Kashim gerim. Who wants to see that in front of his eyes? That's our role when we are learning Torah. We are giving them wings. And when Ruth, in the middle of the night, is asking for food, he gives her only 6 seorim. He puts it in her mitpachat, in her tichel, and she puts the mitpachat on her belly. That's what's written in the Midrash. And she comes to her mother-in-law and says to her, Re'i, ma hevi li ha'ish. It's nothing. You can't survive with 6 shibolim. Stop thinking zera. Stop thinking seeds are in order to survive. I think of seeds of love. וזכני לגדל בנים ובני בנים אוהבי Hashem. That's what she thinks of. These seeds of love. Our role as women at the night of Shavuot is one and only. It's to daven for love. Our love for Torah, which will be contagious, viral to them, to all of those around us. Chazal are asking a very painful question, insulting. They sit in the Beit Midrash and they say, what merit do women have? Nashim b'may zachyan. Excuse me? I stay with them 2.5 months at home. I take care of them. I separate them when they kill each other. Nashim b'may zachyan. What is their zchut? And then they say that she sends them to learn Torah and she waits for them to come back. Zeh. It's my pleasure. Lechu, go already and learn. That's a zchut. I want to see them flying with wings to schools and yeshivot after this long time. Says the Chatam Sofer. This zchut refers to the night of Shavuot. When Naomi says to Ruth, you go down, you wash yourself, put Shabbos clothes, and sleep at the legs of Boaz. It's written in a strange way. Verachatzt, wash yourself. Vesacht, put on perfume. Velavasht, simlotaich alaich, wear your beautiful clothes. Veyaradet, ti hagorim. You should go down to the fields, and it's not written Veyaradet, you go down. I will go down. Veyaradeti hagorim. Why is Naomi saying she will go down to the field? And Chazal explain, Zchuti tered imach. My zchut will go with you. What's zchut? Nashim b'may zachyan. What's the zchut of women? And Chazal tell us during all that night, she sends a girl that has no chance to get married. No one wants her, no one. She's a widow twice. She's a convert that no one knows if it's from enough. All that night, Naomi is walking, crying in the house. Please, Hashem, I want her to please him. I want him to please her. I want them not to survive. I want them to love. Don't let her come back in the morning empty-handed. That's the zchut that goes down with that hopeless shidduch route to the fields. On Shavuot, we die. All year you learn Torah because that's what gives love to the world. But on Shavuot comes David HaMelech and says, daven for Torah, daven for love. That's your zchut. You send them to learn like we did. We had a koilel for 2.5 months here at home. They davened at home. They prayed at home. They learned Torah at home. And you just stand there. And your zchut is, I want them to fall in love. I want them to feel they have wings. Ben Adam, עלה למעלה, עלה. יש לך כנפי רוח, כנפי נשרים אבירים. You have such wings. Please fly with them. Feel in love with those ancient books. The one and only nation that kisses law books is the Jewish nation, because the night of Shavuot is only about love. Stop being a survival. Stop thinking survival. I have to get married. I have to have tzaddikim children. I have to have parnassah. Stop thinking of seeds. Think of seeds. In order to know Torah in this generation, you do not need IQ. You do not need a special capacities. You need only one thing. And I will quote the beautiful words of Rabbi Chaim ben Attar, the holy Orach Chaim. Im hayu bnei Adam margishim. He doesn't need bnei Adam chachamim, wise. Bnei Adam lomdim. Bnei Adam with no ADHD. That's survival. I need feeling people. אם היו בני אדם מרגישים את מתיקות וערבות. I want them to be crazy on it. היו משתגעים אחריה. That's why your role on Shavuot as a woman is to make them feel. During all Torah, learn Torah. Nothing more important than that. But at Yom Shavuot, be viral, be tempting, be gerui. Make gorgeous food, a gorgeous table, gorgeous flowers, gorgeous smile on your face. You have to tempt them in order for Torah to survive. Al titosh Torat imecha. I love you. Or in Hebrew, Ani afa alaich. חג שבועות שמח.
כאיש אחד, אוי אוי בלב אחד, כולם כאחד, הרי זה